Alright, boom. There's gonna be a part 2 to the YouTube channel I just posted. I be doing this shit off my phone. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, no funny shit. But when I do, feel me, get right, then I'm gonna definitely be editing it and doing all the shit that I should be doing. But till then, we just thugging. But I wanna go more into like the spell of Kingu and Leviathan and Zoom and 6 Ether Ghost. So there's things that you can't see with the naked eye, and that's when like a lot of the shit I'm be talking about comes into play, because if your eye isn't trained enough, then you just won't see it. And that's how a lot of people come victims to these things that they can even see with the naked eye, because when's the last time you read your ingredients or things of that nature? If you're still, eating a certain way, you haven't read the ingredients, or even your detergent and shit like that. So these videos that I put out are is to, help people figure out certain things. But, if it may be too adept, I'm sorry. But, hopefully it reaches this kind of people who are adept for that knowledge. But even then, you feel me, everybody's on their journey, so you could probably double back once you, awaken to certain things. But see, when you got these spells going on, you have things that aren't visible by the naked eye. So like when you have a succubus, for instance, the succubus is on you and you can't see that with your naked eye unless you train your third eye. Or when there's spirits around you or spirits in your house, you don't really see that with the naked eye. Your third eye picks up on those things. Like you may see something run across your house. That's, that's your 2 eyes and your third eye, seeing something that's actually there. But, in the 3-dimensional world, we don't really see those things. So, it could be an aircraft above you, a UFO. Some UFOs are interterrestrial, some are extraterrestrial. So some UFOs are made from this planet, and some UFOs come from other planets. So there may be a UFO, above you that you can't see, but it's still there, right? Like, ask people who took acid or shrooms, things of that nature. They've seen objects like that. And if you train your mind really well, then you can see it naturally. So, and that's when you get into jinns and devils and spirits of that nature, because, see, the Bible, it talks about jinns and spirits and things of that nature. So, obviously, it has to have some sort of, physical aspect of it in terms of expressing itself, right? Like when you decide to drink or you decide to smoke, that's that jinn or spirit acting in the physical, acting through you. So all of that is just lower levels of you and lower aspects in different degrees, pretty much, of you. It's all you. Like the animals are all you. It's all you. The dolphins, everything under the sea, all the nature, the grass, the trees. They're just things that you can't see in the physical. Like, let's say I was 54 feet. If I was 54 feet, then the eagle flying above me would be a dragon. Like, use your mind in that example. That's why I brought up Ant-Man in the last video, right? In the quantum realm, and King the Conqueror, right? Ant-Man is only as small as he is, or ants are only as small as they are to us, but from their perspective, their world is completely different. If an ant is in a 12 blades of grass, his universe is as big as America, for instance, right? So you have to, when you become adept to this, you have to let your mind break out of the 4th dimension. And the 4th dimension is time and space. So you have to have spatial awareness, right? Like, say you hooping, you gotta have spatial awareness to see all your teammates or be able to make that bucket still. Like if the opponent's not there, even if they may be there, right? And you have to have time awareness to where a lot has been lost to time. You've been lost to time, so you don't know the great history that you have that has lasted longer than they can count, So when you break these spells, you have to go up in degrees, and you have to break that fourth dimension, the time and space dimension, so you can raise your, not only your kundalini energy, but your cognizance. But all that goes in hand in hand, you know. Raise your aura, build your bodies up, build your rainbow body, your light body, you know. That way those entities can't even affect you or interact with you, you know. And if you're really powerful, some beings may even see that. Some beings are so powerful that the message can still come through the screen. So it'll be people who watch this video and still get the message, you know. And that's just how life works. Like right now, it's so cloudy right now. They're controlling the weather, like they're literally controlling the weather. They're spraying oxygen in the weather. We're more akin to nature, so CO2, we exhale CO2, right? So, you know, this is how they get you, because what I might say seems crazy, but being the fact that we're carbon beings, like, we would be breathing in oxygen, carbon as well, and that would make we'd be like the plants pretty much. We'd be breathing in carbon, but they're oxygenizing the atmosphere, spraying all of the pesticides and chemtrails and oxygen itself to influence us and to put us in this Ghost Station 6 ether realm. Which is why, like I said earlier in the video, we're not like 54 feet, and the eagles aren't dragons anymore. You know, like, it's just different levels and different degrees and different spaces and different timelines. Like, let's talk about the omniverse, the universe, and the multiverse, right? And the black dot. The black dot is the pineal gland. It's the black sun. It's the black hole. It's where it all happened. Like, let's say it all happened with a big bang, for instance, right? Everything is everything. So, boom. It's a black hole. It's darkness. And now there's lights. There's electrons. There's electrons, and those electrons are suns. And those electrons move matters and gases, you know, the ethers, and they choose to create a plane of existence called the planet. So at some point, at the end of time, we created planet Tiamat, also known today as Earth. Well, only this part, you know, part of Atlantis or Atlanta, we define it as Earth. This is the end of the universe. Like, this is the end of time, all right? So after everything, we came here, which is why under the spell of Kingu and Leviathan and Zun, we don't remember our ancient history, because it's the end of time. But being that we're black, we are infinite. But that's besides the point, right? Okay, so we create this plane of existence through the gases, and, you know, with creation comes destruction. So we decide to mold it in certain ways, which is why, like, we terraform the planet. So parts of it are broken up and look certain ways because of whatever the case may be. And volcanoes, and, you know, they say meteors destroyed the dinosaurs, but that would have to be divine intervention. Or they say the earth got flooded, like things of that nature. Like nature being nature, that's us, like we're that, right? Now, the black dot, the black sun, the black hole starts in you, and it's everywhere, right? Therefore, I don't know if y'all seen the new Flash movie, but it had good imagery. So everything is everywhere all at once. And like I said, you can't see certain things. So, right, let's say I move my hand this way and I move my hand that way. But in another universe, I did this and I went back, right? And I'm doing this right now. So I'm traveling in those universes through space and time. But since time's not real, this motion is happening in the present, right? It's happening in the present. But I'm traveling through universes because I'm traveling through space. Like I said in the last video, going to China from America, you time traveling because you may get an hour back, right? And then some of the laws that they have, they're gonna push here soon. So their past is gonna become our future. I hope you really understand what I'm trying to get you to say. Like, there's no space or time, really. It's just life. And with the free will that we have, we choose to go through it a certain way. We choose to go through the ethers a certain way. Because even then, you can go back in time. Like, I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie Tenet, which is spelled Tenet backwards as well. But in that movie, it did a good elaboration on that. Like, a good explanation, right? There was like gold in it, and they buried the gold. And he used the gold, and then he buried the gold, like, right, boom, right, boom, right? Let's say I bury some gold, and I put it in a time capsule to keep for myself, right? It's like the grandfather paradox. I bury some gold, I keep it for myself, and I take half of that gold and I invest it, and I get a house, right? Now, the half of that gold that I took out, let's say in my investments, I made that gold back. So I go back to the chest and I put the gold back in there. And now the gold that I buried is the same what I started off with. So I die and I lose everything, right? But I have a son. And my son, he goes and buries that and pretty much does the same thing. You know, like, time's not real. And that's where they get us into the spell, right? Because we've pretty much been doing the same thing with our families and with what we do on the daily, right? Boom. Let's say you got a parent and they work a 9 to 5. They've been doing that 9 to 5 every day with different variations in that 9 to 5. Now you got 365 days, but 7 days a week. You're living Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Repeat. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. It becomes routine. So then you get trapped in that time cycle of where you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over. Or let's say you fuck up and you have to repeat something that you've done because you fucked up, right? You get trapped in that cycle. So, yeah, the way I'm breaking this down, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I just needed to use this to clarify the last video. And I hope y'all all well. Peace and love.